class. Sector Protocol is a fully stacked governance project. We've got the Smart Checker to look over the Smart Checker audits, planned NFT platform, a reforestation partnership. But before we go into all that, if you guys could tell us about the core team's background and experience in the crypto industry, that'd be great.
Yes, sir. Of course. Well, unfortunately, it's like the middle of the day for us, so not everybody is in here today to participate. However, me, Tino, our CTO, Tim, and our guerrilla marketing leader, Bas, is in here. I think later on, Mas, our CEO, will join in. But let me introduce the team real quick with some background stories behind it. So I shared my screen for you guys so you can see who we are, because one of our ground rules is that we always appear on the webcam, live on streams, on AMAs, or wherever we are. That's just the simple fact that we want to show that we are trustworthy. So you can find all of our informations on our website, of course. And if you don't trust me, just call me and I will always FaceTime with you to show my face. So who are we and who is behind the team? So our team is 18 people right now. That's 8 people in the core team, even 9. And the rest is within moderator. We have a marketeer, of course. So let me introduce you real quick some people that aren't here, and afterwards I will introduce myself and my teammates that are here. So as you can see on the screen, our CEO and developer, Colin Swesbrook Murray. He is from New Zealand. He is in crypto for, I think, three and a half years right now. He started with developing 1.5 years ago within blockchain technology. So he is creating everything you can see about Sector Protocol, every D app, every utility we launch, our contract, etc. He's also the co-founder of Sector Protocol, next to our COO and manager, Misha de Puisenare. He is also a co-founder, of course. He's also in the crypto space for a while. He did a lot of things behind the scenes within different projects. He started as a moderator, and also with his daily life, he's doing a lot within crypto. And they started together with Sector Protocol. Well, to be honest, Sector Protocol is V2. We started with our V1, that was Exanova. V1 was 1 out of 3 projects, and Sector would be the second project. However, it's way too time consuming to create 3 different projects next to each other. So we have decided together with the community to migrate V1 to V2. V2 is Sector Protocol, and we have built the infrastructure so we can launch an all-in-one platform in V2 in Sector Protocol. Also, Neria is on the screen. She's our secretary. She's always in the background. Of course, she docs herself on the website for you guys. However, you won't see her a lot in the front because she's always working in the back. We also got Philip. He's also one of our co-founders. He's a friend of Colin. And they, with the 3 of them, started the initial V1. And after V1, the team get built up more. And they added like me. My name is Tino. I'm the president of Sector Protocol, also the lead speaker for today for this AMA. I've been around in crypto for, I think, 2 years now or something, maybe even 2.5 years. Started, of course, with the normal swing trading investor on exchanges. Like a half year later, I discovered BSC space. So I basically learned a lot myself, worked a lot myself within crypto. I literally read about 20 hours a week about crypto and about the space, how it works and what's happening, what's trending, etc. As in my experience, I always gave sales training, gave product training. I was a team leader for a sales force. I was a moderator in V1, worked myself up. I'm also one of the Shark Tanks, so to say, within our project. So I always host like brainstorming sessions and stuff like that to make and create new utilities around Sector Protocol. So that's basically me. I'm from the Netherlands, by the way. I'm 31 years old, almost. And yeah, right now sector is basically my second job. I have a day job, but I work like 80 hours a week now and sleep like 3 hours a day or a night. So yeah, hard work, but will pay off eventually. So next to me on the screen, you will see our head of graphic design. It's our Dr. Sector. He makes everything you can see, all our announcement videos, images, etc., etc. He's a very great asset. We really love that we have him in our team. And then we are coming to the people that are also on screen. So I want to give the stage to our head of technology. Introduce yourself, Tim.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tim Flake. I'm from the Netherlands. I've joined the team around 3 months ago. Been into the crypto space since 2017 as an investor. I joined the team of head of technology because my experience in IT. My day job is for now 12 years an IT network and system engineer. So I will provide the project with all necessary security and everything. And that's me.
Thank you very much, Tim. And we also have our guerrilla marketing manager, Bas. Introduce yourself real short.
I will do it shortly. Good afternoon, you all. My name is Bas Matthijssen. I'm a Dutchie. I'm a real friend together with Tim and Mr. President as well. I started my journey in the crypto space together with the president as well, basically from the beginning till now, and so on. As a day job, I'm a coordinator in the logistics. I have a team under me that I'm running, let's say, doesn't really match with crypto, but still it's like coordinating. What also handy is in, of course, a marketing space. In the meantime, I'm hosting the shilling competition and the meme competition together with Tim as well. These two will end this week. But till that, we are on fire, let's say.
And he also is our freewheeler. So whenever we need some hands somewhere, he's always there to help us out. So he's also a pretty good asset for us. So love his work.
Thank you, sir.
Is that everyone's introduction? That's great. So if we could maybe go into the smart checker audits you're planning, and how will that work, the process for the projects to obtain the audit of their smart contract, and where will the profits go from? Will there be any incentives like buyback and burns, or will it go into marketing the token as well?
Okay, well, the smart audit checker is one of the many features we're gonna launch. So most of the time we first tell them what we are about and what we are doing, but I don't know what you prefer, to be honest. I can also answer your questions, whatever you like, of course. It's your AMA.
Let's start with an introduction of how you like to do it, and we can go into the smart checker audits shortly.
Okay, yeah, of course. Well, our smart audit checkers is one of the many utilities we have. What this means, it's like you can almost call it like a token sniffer. So our developer Mas created this, and this is something you as an investor can use, and this is also something we as an upcoming launchpad or an upcoming all-in-one platform can use, where we can run full contracts through it and get out all the information that's needed. So everywhere we can see like question marks, red flags, etc. So this is something that's not something that brings in revenue. This is something we just offer it, and we also will use it as a background or a backup check within our own launchpad. And that's because we also partnered up with Interfi for our smart audits or our audits itself. And we are also audited by Interfi and KYC, of course. So that's a little bit about the smart audit checker. It's not something that brings in revenue. It's just a piece of tool, or it's just a tool for everyone. So as I said, for you as an investor, or for us to help us a little more out while checking into the contract for projects.
Awesome. Yeah, if you've got a presentation and you want to go through it with the investors, we'll do it that way. That'd be great.
Okay, cool. So let me kick off with what we are, what we do, what we are about. So Sector Protocol, we are creating a place like that we like to call a one-stop shop. So an all-in-one platform where we provide every utility you need within the BSC space. And why I am saying this, currently, if you are like a young investor or also an experienced investor, you really need to connect your wallet to different platforms to do different steps. So if you want to buy into a launchpad, or if you into a launch, sorry, or if you want to buy or sell or mint an NFT, or if you want to stake tokens for a project or LP farm your tokens or swap, you always need to connect your wallet to different platforms. So what we are creating is a place where we want to create a new golden standard. So an all-in-one platform where, of course, for ourselves, Sector Protocol, STX, you can stake, you can go to the NFT marketplace. I will go a little bit more in depth on it later on. Also can jump into a pre-sale. You can stake, farm, whatever you need to do, which steps you are coming with within a BSC space. We will make it easier and more accessible on one space. So what I would like to do is show you guys a little intro video so you have a little bit more of a view what we are doing and what we are creating. So let me kick this off for you guys and then we will continue. So thank you very much. It was a little intro about Sector, about what we're gonna launch. Of course, we're gonna go way more in depth about this. So I think we just start with our vision, what we are planning to do and what we want to do within this space. So we are aiming to create a way more simple platform, as you already saw, 1D app to go through all the steps we have. So one platform where you can buy into a pre-sale, where you can go into the NFT marketplace, where you can check a contract with the audit checker, where you can stake your tokens, where you can LP farm your tokens. So there's a lot coming, and that's why we always say we are fully stacked. So we have basically two missions, and that's cleaning up the space within the BSC space, of course. And this is a pretty big sentence to say, but we strongly believe if we can create a new golden standard within launchpads, within NFT marketplace, where we create one platform that will be adapted for everyone, or mass adoption, I think we can create a movement where others will follow us. Next to cleaning up the space, we're also looking into giving back something to the world. As most of you people know, if you look into the news about crypto, you see a lot of bad articles about energy usage for proof of work for miners, and we want to give something back to the world. So what we have did within all our revenue streams, we have created an X percentage of tax that goes directly to reforestation. So we want to create, and we will create, the largest crypto empowered reforestation project. We are already partnered up with Tree Nation, and we already planted more than 5,000 trees. And this is in Madagascar, in the mangroves. We will keep on planting trees. To give a little sneak peek, we are also gonna launch a game, gamification. This is something for later, so like on the end of this year, maybe even Q1 next year, where we have the idea that we're gonna create like a farm game where you can play to earn, but instead of earning yourself, it's gonna be play to plant. This is something we're going to discuss with Tree Nation later on, because we have a meeting with them on their headquarters in Barcelona. So this is something we're going to do once we are launched, because we need to fly in the team to Barcelona to put this on the drawing board. So we have this idea, but this is something for later on, because for now we are fully focusing on the one-stop shop, on the all-in-one platform, where we can provide you as an investor everything you need in the BSC space. So to go more in depth in what we are going to create, I will pull up the first view of the D app. This is something we will have live on the first day of our launch. That means that not everything is developed, of course, because we will create a momentum. There are some things that are on development, but for now the D app will be ready on launch together with staking mechanism and the swap. 2 weeks later we will open up also the LP farming. So this is the first view of the D app, the one-stop shop, the all-in-one platform. As you can see, of course, not everything is live right now, since we didn't put it live. We did share this one. This is a forked one from our owns. We shared it with the community so they could have a first look into it. So on launch, of course, we have our swap ready, so you are able to swap once you connect your wallet. And we will have our staking ready. Of course, this is something for Sector Protocol itself, but this is also something we will provide, and we can offer this as a service for next projects that's gonna use our launchpad. So we will create the ultimate one big stop shop. So that's the goal, of course. I will show you guys something about our staking right now. We as a team always think in the sustainability of the project itself. That means we don't have crazy high APYs. We have APYs in different locks, as you can see on the screen. What we did add was compounding. So whenever you are in a pool, you can simply compound. So you get rewards on rewards, of course. So this is always an extra incentive. This will also be live on day one once we are launched. So you will get the incentive to stake your tokens, and you will get rewards for it, of course. So that's one thing I do want to mention. One of the utilities that are live. The smart audit checker will go live once the launchpad goes live. So this is also something that's developed, I think, for 90% right now, but our CEO is still working out a little bit more, since you can make it as big as you want, of course. So that's something that will come together with our launchpad. So like we say, we're going to create a one-stop shop, an all-in-one platform for everybody, where you can realize everything you need to do. So what we are going to create is, next to the things you already saw, we're going to open up, like we call it, the most social NFT marketplace. This means it's not only a marketplace where you can buy and sell an NFT from Sector Protocol, but also other projects can use our NFT marketplace. You can also mint your NFTs there also. Why do we say interactive? Currently, there are a lot of NFT marketplaces where you can just simple connect your wallet, buy an NFT, or sell an NFT. We are creating a place where you can connect your wallet, of course, and you can have a chat with a seller. So if you are a seller or if you are a buyer, you can make like a bundle or a deal if you want to buy more NFTs. So that makes it more social. Next to that, we will also open up an auction house where we will have live auctions together with the community, where people can send in or sell their NFTs, of course, but we do it in an auction way where we have live auctions. The community get interacted with us, with the sellers. We can have a chit chat. There will be an auctioneer just to make it a little more fun and make sure we will keep the community active, because this is something we really like, that you simply can buy an NFT on an auction. So next to the NFT marketplace, we also gonna implement our launchpad, and we call it the most secure launchpad and also the most social launchpad. Since you already have heard that I'm talking a lot about social, that's because we like that we create more interaction within project owners and investors, but also buyers and sellers for NFTs. So let me go a little bit more in depth on the launchpad. Why do we say most secure? Currently, there are too many ways where you can go into a pre-sale without being audited or KYC'd, of course, the projects itself. So first of all, we only gonna launch fully vetted projects that did a full-on KYC run with us. And this is not just a small KYC one. Our KYC will, of course, be stored on our server that Tim, our CTO, created for us. This is a server where also governments from all over the world store their KYC data. So this is something we will use also. So that's also for the security, of course, for like project owners. But how does this KYC works? Of course, we will have an AMA or Zoom meeting. I have to say, not an AMA. We will have a Zoom meeting with the full team, because we only want to launch full-on vetted projects. Every project that launches with us needs to be audited. So we partnered up with Interfi for the launchpad, of course, and every contract will be fully audited. Also, we will run it through the smart checker to make sure everything comes clear. And if there are things we don't like, we simply call them out to their team. Also, these meetings won't be a single meeting, because if you do only a planned meeting, you can just pick up somebody from the street, have a conversation with us, and bring him outside once the appointment is done. So we will also do an unplanned one where we want to see the team again, because as we do ourselves, we always want to see the face behind the project. Why do I say most interactive one? Currently, and I'm going to take Pink Sale as an example. If you go to like Pink Sale, let me show it real quick. It's pretty plain. So there's not a lot of information. It's, of course, practical, because you go there to buy into a pre-sale. Oh, we are trading, by the way. Cool. We are number 8. We are creating a place where you as an investor would like to go to. So first of all, our landing page, so to say, will be a page where projects that launch with us can make updates to potential investors. Also, if you look into their project page, currently you will see the basic info, like how many tokens, so supply, soft cap, hard cap, and how is it allocated. But we would love, and we will create a place where projects can also provide more information, more updates. So we like the fact that we can make the journey a little longer, so they can update their potential investors. And you as an investor would like to open up the sector launchpad, check in on project, see what's going on. So you don't have to go to your Telegram app, see 1,000 messages, see 300 pin messages, but just simply find the information you need, because these are all project updates. So this will make it more interactive for project owners, but also for you, that is a more likely launchpad you want to go to check out what's up, see new updates, and of course the Twitter feed in the beginning is pretty cool, so you have quick updates right away. Because of the fact that we have so much utilities, I will also tell you something about our NFT line. Because, well, let me first break down a timeline for you, because then you know how we will create a little bit of momentum. So on launch, swap, staking, and the DApp, of course. 2 weeks later, we will open up the LP farm. Of course, the percentages of APY, by the way, are higher on LP farm, since the fact that you pledge BNB, of course, next to the tokens. But I don't have to go in depth about LP farming, I think. Then 2 to 3 weeks later, we will open up our NFT marketplace. 2 to 3 weeks later, or 2 weeks later, we will start with our NFT line and a new marketing tool for the NFT line and the launchpad. And then we are at early July, and then we will deploy the launchpad itself. Why am I mentioning the NFTs? The NFTs are going to play a big role within our launchpad, because the utility we connected to the NFTs is the NFT will give you a golden ticket. We call it the Willy Wonka golden ticket, to be whitelisted on every pre-sale we will host within our launchpad. That means once you are a holder of an NFT from Sector Protocol, of course, you will be automated whitelisted for every pre-sale we host. If you turn this around, if you are a project owner and you will launch with us, it means we will have more than 2,000 people that are ready, because they are potential investors for your project. So it will be beneficial for both ways. We really love this idea. I hope you guys also love this idea.
That was awesome. Is that the presentation?
Yeah, well, I think that's pretty much the most things we're going to do. Of course, I already shared the app in the promo video. That means that we will deploy an app for mobile devices, where you will basically have the same. So the full T app, only of course on a mobile device. So yeah, as I said, it's a fully stacked project. We will launch everything you already saw. So our staking, farming, NFT marketplace, launchpad, our NFTs, the whole reforestation behind it. So we're gonna create the biggest crypto empowered reforestation project. This is something we are really happy about, because we love to bring something back to the world and give something back for the environment, of course. So that's pretty much a little roundup of what we are gonna do, create this one-stop shop for everybody, for both experienced investors and, of course, new investors.
Great, that was awesome for our investors, the presentation. And I think I was reading as well, Sector Protocol is going to do a cross-network bridge with ERC20 in the future as well.
Yes, that's correct. So we will start off with BSC space. After, I think it will be after the launchpad, of course. So that's like, say, end of July. Mas, our developer, will also make the bridge indeed to ERC. And within time, we will cross-chain with more networks. But this is something that will come, of course. But this is after we launched everything we have right now in play, because we want to first create this one-stop platform for BSC space.
Right, and with the launchpad, how will it work for projects? Will there be tokens taken from the project, or will you?
No, absolutely. Yes, it's indeed only an X percentage of the raised BNB, so we won't take any tokens from projects. because we simply don't like this. So what we offer projects is, of course, the launchpad itself, where we will take an X amount of percentage of the raised BNB. We are also looking into implement an insurance percentage in this total amount. I think we are aiming for 4% right now, but this is something that's not 100%, how do I say it, confirmed, because we want to implement a way of insurance where we can create a pool to make an insurance policy, right? So if a project does something, does a rock, that we are able to compensate our investors that use our launchpad.
And with it being a governance project, I'm wondering if you're going to have a DAO in the future and voting rights for the community.
Sorry, I didn't capture your question there.
With it being a governance project, I'm wondering if you're going to offer investors a DAO in the future and voting rights in the community.
Of course, we want to have a full-on, and that's why they call it governance, of course, community run. So we already did some voting, some polls to implement things. Like the insurance thing was something that came up by an investor or somebody that's already invested within our private sale, because we did a private sale of 125 BNB, by the way. That's what I also want to mention. But this is also something we will take to the drawing board. So there also will be votings for communities, or for the community itself, of course. We want to keep the community close to us. So that's also why we do like the auction house, where we will keep in contact with the community. And also one thing that's different from most projects is, let me make an example. If you go to a project that you like and you join the Telegram and you are just talking with somebody in their chat and you are talking about another project, most of the time you will get muted or banned or whatever. So this is something we dislike, because of course we're going to launch our platform with our launchpad. So we need to have the community talking about these projects, and they need to be able to talk about these projects. So this is also something where the community gets more involved. So I hope this will answer your question a little.
Yeah, you answered one of my questions there. The private sale raised 125 BNB. Is that vested for investors?
No, it isn't vested, and that's because they don't have a big difference of a rate. So the ratio is 50 million tokens per 1 BNB for private. For pre-sale, it is 48 million tokens per 1 BNB, and then of course at the listing rate is 46 million. So even if you as a private investor want to dump on the launch, I think you are at a loss or just break even because of the tax, of course, because we have a buy and sell tax. Our buy tax is 9% and our sell tax is 11%. I can tell you the breakdown how this is built up. The buy is 4% liquidity, 2% burn because we have an automated burn system. 2% goes to marketing and PR, and 1% goes to team and development. And for the sell, it's the same except for liquidity, that's 5%, and burn is 3%.
And with the pre-sale, I mean, it's coming in a couple of hours, I think, today. Yeah. What's the sort of hard cap? And is there any whitelist spots still for investors to win, or would they have to wait till it goes public later on?
Yes, sir. No, of course we will hand out some whitelist spots for this one for you guys. Our pre-sale will start in 2 hours from here, so it's pretty short term. But we really love Willcoin Talk. So we said to the team, or the team discussed this, and we said, okay, you know what? Let's do this one just before the pre-sale. Let's hand out some whitelist spots to your community, and so we are sure they have the ability to also jump in. So our soft cap is 500 BNB, our hard cap is 850 BNB. First 10 minutes is whitelist. So for everyone that got a whitelist spot, the first 10 minutes is yours, and afterwards it goes public indeed.
And then is it launching within 24 hours after the pre-sale? And what's the marketing plans after the launch for the project and protocol.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, indeed. It's we say 24 to 48 hours after the hard cap is filled, or once the pre-sale ends, because the pre-sale will be up maximum 3 days. So then 24 to 48 hours later, we will launch, as I said, with everything we already have in play and what I've showed you guys, of course. Marketing wise, at the moment, we of course did a lot of AMAs. We did a full-on AMA tour. I think we did like 12 to 13 AMAs. And we have like 15 call groups. We did PR, we did banners. I think there are even more shilling competitions, meme competitions, to get, of course, the community activated and active. And for the upcoming marketing, first of all, we will come back and we have follow-ups with almost every call group or AMA launch or AMA group that we did. So our marketing is, of course, also a little bit based on what's coming, because we will create the momentum with every launch of every utility. So this will create a new momentum. And before the NFT and Launchpad, we will do another full-on AMA tour where we will visit all the communities again, do the update, show them where we are right now, what we have in plan, what's coming up. We also will go to crypto expos. We are already in talks with a crypto expo for Dubai, and this will be shortly before the actual launch of the Launchpad. And this is something we will continue, because we need to get our name out there. We need to show everybody that we are creating, or well, at that time created, this one-stop platform where we make it more simple for investors, where we also give back something to the world, and everyone can be part of that.
Let's open it up to the rest of the team. If anyone's got a question for Tino or the team here at Sector Protocol, go ahead.
Yeah, hey Glenn, I was listening in, and I love to see people building one-stop shops. It's certainly a big plus, you know, for everybody to have a place where they could find their own projects, you know, make sure that they're vetted, and then use the staking and use all of this, you know, integrate with NFTs. So it looks super interesting, and I'm just curious on the Launchpad, will there be any certain tiers for the launches, or will they all go through this rigorous, you know, vetting process that you have, and then everybody will be in this sort of the same tier?
Yeah, for now, and that's because it's not fully developed. It's all, of course, fully vetted and in the same tier. However, we aren't sitting down, of course, and we know what our competitors are doing. So we are looking into creating tiers, of course, to see where we can change the tiers to make it more interesting, of course. So that's definitely something we are looking into, and we are working out even. So, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. And you mentioned the NFT holders, that they'll have a guaranteed whitelist spot. Is there something similar for token holders as well, above a threshold or anything like that?
Yeah, this is something that our CEO really loved to implement. Of course, the NFT holders will have this whitelist spot, but what he want to do, and what we definitely gonna do, is also implement this once you choose to stake for a longer time, because it needs to be beneficial for both ways, of course, both for the project sustainability and for the investor, to create a longer locking period where you also get to obtain the whitelist spot for the pre-sale that we launch, of course.
Yeah, that seems like a fair way. You know, get somebody to lock their tokens for a year, and sure, you get a whitelist spot. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I know there are some other projects that do this, or other launchpads, sorry. And yeah, this is something that came up on our mind also, since, like I said, we're always looking out for the competitors, right? What are they doing? Can we adjust? Do we need to adjust? Even when we are not even launched. But it's a fast pace, of course, within the BSC space. So we need to keep our heads up.
Yeah, it is. It is, and I've seen others do it. I've seen others do it with a lock or without a lock, and it looks like you guys are, yeah, really looking at everything. It looks nice. And I was wondering about the NFTs. You've mentioned that project makers will be able to sort of integrate NFTs with their projects. And are you looking at offering them some ways to, I don't know, offer some NFT staking or sort of integrate their NFTs into their token or anything like that? Are you offering some sort of support towards that?
Yeah. NFT staking, contract-wise, is not that hard to change the staking contract, where we can also implement NFT staking. What I do know for now, we as Sector Protocol won't have NFT staking, since we love the fact that we have this golden ticket utility. But we can, of course, offer this for projects that partner up with us and use all of our services. And to be honest, it's not very hard in the contract to apply this.
Well, yeah, I understand that not a lot of this thing may not seem very hard for you guys, you know, super technical and all that, but for some project makers in here that want to create a fan token or some charity or anything like that, it could be like even the smallest things you've mentioned earlier that you're offering staking sort of off the bat for people, you know, because it's easy and whatnot. Like for some, even that can be a struggle, right? So I'm also wondering, are you going to allow other projects to come in and you would build the staking vaults for them? Maybe if they have, I don't know, some fancy tokenomics or whatever, is that something that you're looking at as well?
Yeah, of course, because otherwise we won't have a one-stop shop, right? An all-in-one platform. However, this is something Mas, our CEO, and I really don't like it that he isn't here. I don't know if he already joined in. Like I said, it's like 3 o'clock in the night over there. So, but yeah, this is something we can implement, because we can also, next to the fact that we can provide the service from us to them, they can also like buy a forked version of our DM. But this is not something we want to do as much. A simple fact, we cannot create the one-stop platform if they gonna use a forked version, right?
Yeah, sort of create a white label of it. Yeah, it could work in some ways. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it can become, of course, a revenue stream for us. However, like I said, we really love the one-stop platform, and of course we can brand it, and as you said, we can make a private label of it. However, we rather see them use our services, so we can make the movement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks nice. And okay, last question. I know I'm taking a little bit too much time. After say a token uses your platform and you know uses your staking vaults and NFTs and anything like that, are you sort of only offering services on the technical side, or will you be able to sort of help with, I don't know, with marketing, community management, or sort of point them in the right direction, anything like that?
Yeah, the whole idea behind the Launchpad is not only just offer services, but is also creating a place where a project owner can also use the service, but also our intel, right? Our information, our knowledge. So yeah, technical side, 100%. But also we will partner up with bigger channels, or with channels, not even bigger channels, but with a lot of channels for the marketing perspective, because we want to get our partners also involved within the Launchpad. We already are partnered up with a group. Unfortunately, I cannot say the name right now because the Launchpad is not deployed yet, but we will connect with every marketing group, every person that can offer something that's beneficial for a project that launches, we will partner up with, because I think we can create a place where this can be more and can become more easy for also the project owners.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, thank you, because you're not just building a one-stop shop for a user, but also for the project makers, right? So you really wanna create the perfect marketplace where everybody can meet and build cool stuff together. Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds good, Tino. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much for your questions.
Right, let's move on to investor questions. See,
Very good.
Aisha, you had a question. for Tina and the team here at Sector Protocol. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Okay, you mentioned that NFTs will give holders access to whitelist for all pre-sales on your launchpad. I want to know
Yes.
that how many total NFTs there will be and what will be the requirements for users to mint these NFTs. I mean, will only the top holders of native token be able to mint these NFTs?
No. So let me tell you how it works. The quantity will be 2,500 pieces, and we will offer this demand-based, of course. So we won't push them out all at once because we want to create, of course, a demand, a piece of hype, a piece of momentum. So we will phase them out. Also, of course, I think the first two sales, so that's the first 500 and the second 500, will be only buyable, of course, for STX holders. And afterwards, you don't have to be an STX holder, so a second protocol holder, to buy and obtain this NFT.
All right, got it. Okay, on your roadmap, I've read about NFT gamification and play to earn game. Can you tell us what type of game you are looking to develop in future?
Yes, absolutely. So as I already mentioned, I think we will do this in partnering with Tree Nation, where we, of course, already partnered with. And we will create a game, and of course, to keep in mind environmental things, but also like farming. So it will be like a farm feel game where, of course, STX will be the main currency. And it's not only play to earn, or it's not play to earn, it's play to plant. And why do we choose for this? Play to plant will also create, because of the partnership with Tree Nation, of course, a game where people that aren't in crypto right now will feel and smell and taste the world of crypto, because STX will be the currency in the game. So this is also a nice marketing bridge to communicate with the game, with non-crypto people, so to say. STX will be the currency in it, and it will be a real play to plant, because the earn specification in P2Es will be planting for us, because of course the Tree Nation partnership, but also because we want to, of course, give back to the world. And we strongly believe that we can create a game where it's nice to play the game for like every age, and you can do something and give something back to the world. I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for answering my questions.
No problem.
Right, let's move on to Syed. You had a question for the Sector Protocol team. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. So you mentioned about the NFT marketplace. So I was wondering that will STX token be only accepted as a payment on your NFT marketplace, or other cryptocurrencies like BNB, ETH will also be accepted?
Yes, of course, STX will be accepted, but also BNB. For the first, our own NFT line that you can mint on our own NFT marketplace, of course, will be even in BNB, and that's because we're going to split it up for Tree Nation development, because we also have an NFT line 2, a second NFT line in play. So that's something that also need to get funded, and of course the marketing behind it. So yes, STX, and yes, BNB. And for other projects that's going to use our launchpad, we cannot, or our NFT marketplace, sorry, we cannot demand from them that their holders need to buy STX to like buy or sell an NFT. So this can also be in BNB. And later on, once we have everything deployed and launched, we can also implement other native tokens for buying and selling NFTs.
Understood. One more quick question. So you mentioned that you have partnered up with the Tree Nation organization to help reforest the planet and also developing game with them. So I was wondering that how did you come up with this partnership? It's really amazing partnership, and how did you select Tree Nation as your partner? How did?
Okay, well, our graphic designer, our doctor, like we call him, Dr. Sector, he already was in touch with Tree Nation for his own business because he has his own business next to crypto. And he mentioned this with the team, like, okay, since we want to give something back to the planet, we should look into Tree Nation. So we had 2 or 3 meetings with Tree Nation, and we discussed what our vision is, and they of course told their vision and what they are doing, because it's not only planting trees. I have it open right here. It's they give back to community, so they create a place where communities of course planted trees, but it's also beneficial for food and education, etc., etc. So it's a very, they do a lot than only planting trees. So, and that's what we love, because it's also sort of a charity next to, of course, reforestate.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for explaining that. Over to you, Glenn.
Thanks for the question, Syed. Let's move on to Western Beast. You had a question for the Sex Protocol team. Go ahead.
Hey guys.
Hey, man.
Thanks a lot, Glenn. Yeah. I actually followed you guys for a while today. I believe you guys were done some AMAs. I asked some questions, so I will give you the opportunity to answer here. Here's my first question. I believe in one of your AMAs, you said that you started your tree planting campaign already in Madagascar, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
All right, all right. So now, is it Tree Nation that determines where to plant these trees? Because I believe there are a lot more countries. Brazil, for instance, we're talking about the Amazon. So who determines where these trees are planted?
So yeah, we started off with Madagascar. You can see the map over here at my screen. There are a lot of different places where Tree Nation has communities and, of course, legal contracts to plant and reforestate. So what they basically do, they give us a weekly update on which projects and which communities need basically more funds to continue and keep the reforestation continuous. So right now we started with Eden projects, that's in Madagascar, in the mangroves, but as we grow and as we stay, they will update us to tell us, okay, we need more reforestation there or there or there, and we will move over from project to project, because of the simple fact that you cannot create like your own forest on one place, and that's of course because of everything behind it. So that's why they ask us and give us updates where they need the funding go to. And we can also check them out. Well, I can show you guys how this works, of course. So what they do, all these projects give us updates, or give people that join Tree Nation updates. So what they are doing, how's it looking like, a story behind it. So once they send us a couple of new projects that they would love to get the funding shift over to, we can choose together with the community, okay, guys, we have 3 projects. Which project are we going to fund more this week or this month? So I hope this answers your question regarding the projects and how it works.
Yeah, answered in detail, as always. Here's the next question. I was actually in your group some time ago. I believe the COO is not here. I'm seeing Bas. So this was the question I asked on the group that was left. You said you were going to answer it, so I don't know whether you've answered it already. Now, we talked about your NFTs, and I said that I had 2 wallets. What if I purchased one of your NFTs and then devalued it in the other wallet? Do you have a countermeasure for this? This is what I mean. I bought your NFT at a certain price, say $100, and then I chose to sell it to myself at a lower price. Do you have any countermeasures for this?
So what you mean is you buy an NFT from us and you sell it to yourself?
Exactly. That I'm trying to devalue your NFT by selling it at a lower price.
but I don't know how this would benefit you if you buy it in the first place for initial price and you would sell it lower. Because, sorry, maybe I'm not understanding the question right.
All right, let me rephrase the question. This was what brought about the question. I think your CEO would have understood better. I actually asked that what if your NFTs were used for illegal practices, say money laundering, for example? Would you be able to track these NFTs that are being used, or would you be able to comply with agencies that are going to be responding to these activities? That's what brought about the entire question.
Okay, Glenn, can you maybe recall it? Because
no, the sound's not coming through very well, so we'll just move on.
Yeah, and there's a lot of background noises and stuff. So I can, I really love to answer all questions, but it was really hard to understand.
Okay, Venice, you had a question for the SEX protocol. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ken. Actually, I want to know about cross-chain smart contract generator sector protocol have. I mean, do we need to have our existing smart contract written according to any specific format or structure for which your cross-chain smart contract generator will work? Because some smart contracts can have vague terms or it is not in a structurized manner. So to tackle these issues, will you enforce developers to just use a specific format for writing the smart contract to make sure their cross-chain is effective and free from errors?
Well, this is really a hard question to answer for me because I'm not a blockchain developer, and this is something I really want to pass. So what we can do is that I will send in the question to Mas, our developer, of course. I will DM you real quick, and I will come back with this answer to you in person. Because, like I said, I'm the president, and I'm not a blockchain developer, so it's pretty hard to answer this one.
Okay, no issue. Okay, here's my second question. I have seen a lot of launch pads. When a project rug pulls, they just send the identities of the project team to their communities group. But I don't think they track them or try to give all the evidences of their rug pull to the concerned authorities of that country to which those people belong. So if you just sit and watch them rugging people and doing nothing, then why KYC them? So what's your plan to tackle these kind of issues if you face any in future?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, we do the full run, of course. Next to that, if this is going to happen, and that's why we talked about the insurance tax inside the payment for projects, right? So once it is needed, we can, of course, we cannot recover all funds, but we will recover some funds, of course, to investors. If you talk about legal actions, what we will do is, first of all, contact the project owners and team members and give them a heads up. If they don't come clear or don't come through, we will simply take all legal actions we can do against a project and their team. But as I said, for an investor, I think it's the most important part that we will create this insurance pool where we can, if it's needed, of course, we can help out our investors.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for answering my question.
No problem, man.
All right, let's move on to Bosman. You had a question for the SEX protocol team. Go ahead.
Evening. And the team from Sector Protocol. Been a nice day, a nice time listening to you, to your project. I'm really excited for the project. And I love your energy, by the way. I love your energy. I love the positive vibes. You give confidence anyway. So
thank you, man.
Now to my question. First of all, let's take it from the marketing angle. That is my first question. Why I want to ask this question is because of the disparities in languages. And this kind of a project, your project, if it works out as it's supposed to be, this is something that everybody needs to to be a part of or kind of participate in it. So now, what are you doing about maybe some other part of the world where non-speaking population? Let me put it that way. Non-English speaking population. So what are you doing to carry them along? Will there
So
be any today?
yeah, what we have planned is first we launched the full platform, of course, in English. Afterwards, we're gonna hire translators so we can create a place where you, as I don't know where you're coming from, but that you can also read it in your own native language. So yes, this is absolutely something we need to do because, as you already mentioned, not everyone is able to fully understand English. But first, I have to be honest, first we will launch fully in English, and afterwards, that's something we will update later on in the process.
Okay, thanks for that. So now, secondly, I want to talk about the team because I've been in some projects before now, and like there's a particular project, but I don't want to mention name. It's way back some 2-3 years ago. One of the problem, what crashed that project was team disparity, internal disparity. So I want to ask now, can you give some kind of guarantee, something that will convey confidence that your team is in synergy towards everything that you set up to achieve? Because
yes,
most time you have this issue, like, okay, after maybe 2-3 months after launch, somebody wants to pull out, and this thing most time brings some kind of delay or probably even kill the project as a whole. So do you have anything that will guarantee, okay, that this team at least will be together, let's say for 2 years or something?
Yeah, okay. I get your question. Well, you cannot guarantee anything in the world regarding team, of course. However, everyone on this screen you can see are real life friends of me. I know Bas for 20 years. I know Tim also on the other right on the side. I know Tim for 5 years now, 6 years now. Indo, our CEO, for 1.5 years or something. So we all know each other for a very long time. Also, one thing that's pretty cool about our project and about our team is that we, with the 4 of us, are all from the Netherlands. That means that we can meet up within the hour from now. If we now call each other, Bas, I can meet in like 5 to 10 minutes, Tim in an hour, and Indo, I think, in 45 minutes. So we want to open up an office after launch, of course. And that's because we want to create sector protocol as a basic income for us, so a job for us. So we want to, at the moment, we are working on our day jobs, and after the day job, we're working on sector protocol. We want to create a place where we can go to together at an office where we can work together. So I think this is one of a big difference between other projects, because yeah, as you already mentioned, you see a lot of projects that are based all around the world. Yeah, our CEO and developer is from New Zealand. However, we will hire another developer after launch that's also from the Netherlands, so we can work 24/7 around the clock. But yeah, it's a very big plus that we are all from the Netherlands, I think, and I strongly believe this will help.
Okay, yeah, of course, that will help. At least even having an office, a physical office, is also a plus. And so now I want to ask a bit about the NFTs. So you said there's going to be a total of 2,500 NFTs. So my question is, I'm seeing that NFTs as if, okay, I'm being optimistic now for you guys. I'm seeing it as if maybe a little bit not enough in the near future. So is there maybe plan to add more to it or something?
Yes, it all depends on demand, right? So we will start off with the creation of 2,500 NFTs, but we won't launch them all at once, because you want to create a demand where people are getting hyped and bullish about it and want to buy into it. So that's why we phase it out. But the bigger we grow and the more traffic we got on our launchpad, we need to implement some more NFTs. However, we don't want to overspell this. So it's not like we're going to bring out 10,000 NFTs, because that would make it way too hard for an investor that doesn't have an NFT to buy into a project. So yes, this is something we absolutely have thought about, and we will phase it out. And once the demand gets higher, the traffic gets higher, and the projects get more, we are always able to pull out some more. But as I mentioned, it cannot be too much, because then there won't be any exclusivity to it, right? So I hope this answers your question, Bosman.
To move on, we're unfortunately running out of time now.
Yeah, I see.
Everyone, you'll be launching shortly. It's a big project with lots of utility, and great for our investors to hear from Tino and the team here from Sector Protocol today. We do say with the AMAs, it's for research purposes only. Do your own research. It's not financial advice. Check out the website, the white paper. Go and join the community. And yeah, if you're excited and want to invest, then go ahead. And yeah, we are going to have some whitelist spots, you were saying today, Tina. That's great for our investors. Yeah. I definitely might want to get one as well. It's a really cool project you've got here, and you're very open and transparent, so that's great for our investors. And you're building something absolutely really nice for the future for the BSC.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, of course, for everyone that likes the project, please do your research. Ask anything you want to ask in the Telegram, because we will not, and we don't want to force anyone that we are giving financial advice. We are all hard workers. We are a transparent team, as you can see. However, you always need to do your own research. So ask us anything in the chat. There's always a moderator ready. Most of the team members are always ready. Send them a DM if needed. Send a question in the general chat, but instead, always check out yourself and do your research your own.
Awesome. Thank you very much for coming today, guys. Take care. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the pre-sale, which is just in under an hour, I think. Is it 6 p.m. UK?
1.5 hours from here.
1.5 hours. Awesome. And yeah, if you can drop us the link to that, I can put that in the main chat for our investors.
Oh, yeah.
So that we can head over there shortly, and if they want to participate. And I'll send over a copy of the recording shortly when this finishes, and you can share that with your community too. I'll put that in.
Yeah, very cool, man. Awesome. We always upload them to our YouTube channel, so all our previous AMAs are also on there. So if you think you didn't catch enough information today, because we have, of course, a lot of things in play, a lot of things to tell, you can always check out another AMA. And yeah, I already sent you the link of our pink sale of the pre-sale, of course. So yeah.
Awesome, Tino. Yeah, I'll put that in main chat shortly, and send the videos and recordings over to you and into our main chat too. And take care, guys, and look forward to the future for Sector Protocol team and community.
Yeah, thank you very much. Glad we have been here with you guys. As I mentioned, this is the last AMA before the pre-sale. We are very bullish, we are very hyped, and we would love to see you guys coming over. And as I said and mentioned, if you have a question, just shoot them to the chat and we will be there. Thank you very much.